Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Deanna Simone, and today I want to talk about consistency. And we're specifically talking about consistency during your fitness journey, whether it's plyometrics or any other goal, right? Showing up day after day, week after week. It's what truly makes the difference. So, I'll be sharing how I stay consistent during these challenging times, especially during my plyometric journey, and how I feel like this journey alone is excelling me to becoming superhuman. My plyometric journey started after finishing a squat cycle, and I do that about once a year, right? I wanted to challenge myself in a new way to see how I could become more athletic and feel superhuman. But let me tell you, staying consistent wasn't easy at first. There were so many days I wanted to give up, especially when I was doing the jumps. They felt impossible, or I was too tired, or I felt like I wasn't getting the movement down right. I gave myself excuses, and those excuses almost stopped me. So let's talk about how to stay consistent. So what helped me push through was stepping back and focusing on what needed improvement. For example, I struggled with Bulgarian split squats and also split squat jumps because I couldn't keep my balance. So I had to take that step back and prioritize ankle mobility using exercises like ankle rockers, right? But I had to be consistent with learning how to do ankle rockers, but also putting it into my program. Consistency isn't just about showing up, it's about learning to adapt and getting better every step of the way. I noticed I had some imbalances with my ankles. I felt like I wasn't getting the Bulgarian split squat formation right. So that's where I took the step back and learning more about ankle mobility and how important it was, especially during this journey, because I'm doing movements like split squats, split squat jumps, regular squats. Ankle rockers are pretty much beneficial in movements like that. Also, if I were to do back squats, I feel like they will be really beneficial in doing those too, because you want your knees to track over your toes. So that means you would really have to activate those ankles, right? So, with practicing consistency, it has improved my strength, agility, and also confidence in ways I never imagined. Over time, focusing on progressive overload and doing exercises correctly, right, has made me stronger. But not just in the gym, but in everyday life. Playing with my nieces, walking up and down those stairs, right? Even carrying groceries. I move quicker, more smoothly, and I feel more in control of my body. And I feel like that's what it means to be superhuman. I learned that consistency is like building a muscle, right? It's a promise you made to yourself every time you show up, even when it's hard, even when it doesn't feel good or when it doesn't feel perfect. You keep going and you keep going until it works out, right? Until it works out eventually, right? I like to think of it as like, let's see how far I can go. Let's see how much I can learn. Let's see how well I can develop, right? So staying motivated can be tough, but I found joy in the process. Exercise truly makes me happy. It's my time to spend with myself, to see what I'm capable of. So I prepare the night before, laying out my clothes, filling my water jug, setting up my tea and supplements. These little habits make it easier to show up for myself every day, to show up the next day, to do this routine, right? To create these better habits, to work this muscle called consistency. And we want to be real, right? Progress is motivating too. I'm always asking myself, how good can it get? That question keeps me coming back day after day. On those tough days, I remind myself that this journey isn't just about the workouts, right? It's the mental stability, it's the mental growth. It's it's overall going to make my life better, my everyday task easier. It's also about what I'm building for myself. And sometimes I give myself rewards like little pieces of chocolate on Fridays at the end of the week, right? I might have some snacks in between that time, but I like to treat myself to little things and celebrating my journey, celebrating the progress, see how show appreciate how far I've come. So if you're struggling to stay consistent, my advice is simple. Give it one more day, just one more day. Be kind to yourself and remember it's a journey. Everyone starts somewhere, and those feelings of doubt are completely normal. And you want to remember that setbacks are it's a part of the process, right? Expect them and also adapt to them and keep going. We're creating balance, right? So balance comes from understanding that progress isn't always linear, but every step moves us forward, right? And that's what really matters. So when it comes to plyometrics has taught me so much about life, not just fitness. It's about building strength for everyday tasks. Whether it's picking up my nieces, running errands, I feel stronger and I feel like I'm capable of doing more. I feel confident in what I'm doing. I feel confident in my body. For me, being superhuman means feeling explosive and confident in my own abilities. Consistency is what makes that possible. So as we age, training like this helps us move better, feel better, and live better. So that's the goal. Consistency has transformed my journey, and I know it can transform yours too. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up and giving your the best efforts every day. It's best to start small. Maybe start off with jumping rope or doing regular squats, right? And then transitioning into jump squats and then doing 3 sets of 10 of jump squats. And then after you do that, feel like maybe you want to progress into weighted jump squats, right? You're progressing into the person you would want to be. So you start off with simple exercises, simple workouts, and work around those workouts, right? Those are the building blocks, those are the foundation, and then move forward. After the squat cycle, I felt like I built a baseline. I felt like I built a foundation to my workouts, and I taught myself how to be consistent in the gym. So it felt easier to transition into a new form of exercise like plyometrics, where I was able to challenge myself just a little bit more, where I was able to not give up so easily, right? Because I learned about being a lot more consistent during those squat cycles because I've done so many of them. But then also I've gone through a lot of trial and error in those to where I was able to teach myself certain methods and techniques to get me to the point where I am today to actually succeed in plyometric training, right? So that's how you want to think about your workouts and your programs that you do. That's how you want to think when you go to the gym. I like to think about the progression I've already made, but also I like to think about how I can challenge myself just a little bit more, or what's something new I can learn. And plyometrics was definitely something I wanted to learn more about because it almost felt intimidating at first when I first started looking at plyometric exercises and seeing all the athletes do it, right? All the younger people doing it, feeling like maybe I won't be able to do that, right? But that wasn't the best way of thinking. So I had to reframe that and understand like if you want to become superhuman, you have to challenge yourself. And I already had the foundation. So why don't we build off of that foundation? And I think I've made a lot of progress through my plyometric journey. I had so many setbacks. I went from doing the plyometric journey for like 10 weeks long to doing it for like 14. And I don't really recommend that, but I had so much to learn and so much to progress and so many things to tweak. I think even my beginning program that I started with when it came to plyometrics became very different toward the end. Yes, with progression. Yes, with progressing in different workouts, like doing jump squats and then turning into weighted jump squats and doing and then also doing split squat jumps, but then also jumping into the rare split squat jumps, right? So with that, and then also in the beginning, I tweaked workouts where that didn't make sense. And that's where I figured maybe I'll do more unilateral movements to make my legs stronger independently. And the first program I had, I didn't really technically even think about unilateral movements. So these are the different tweaks I made, and I hope this was helpful, right? So I'd love to hear from you. What does consistency mean in your fitness journey? Let me know in the comments, and let's keep pushing forward together. So thanks for watching this video. I can't wait to see you in my next one, the next episode, and I can't wait to see you in my next program. Consistency creates success. So start today and stay tomorrow.
As I get a little older, I realize life is perspective, and my perspective may differ from yours. I want to say thank you to everyone that's been down with me, all my fans,